How you doing, guys? Today I'm going to show you a little bit on the IQ series, the Rotork actuators. We're going to go over just setting the limits on it, basic operation, and a little bit of maintenance. There's not much maintenance on these. Your operation on here, you have a switch that controls local, stop, and remote. If you're doing anything manual on here, you're going to be in the the local setting. Local setting will allow you to open and close with the turn of the switch and can be easily reversed. If you're in stop, you won't be able to do anything. And if you're in remote, that's for your PLC to run. They also have a handheld. They have the hand valve on here for manual operation, which is activated by pushing the lever down and then turning. You'll hear it click either way, and you can open and close. That's normally how we'll adjust our settings initially on commissioning it, when we're setting our limits for open and close. Then when you're in there and you go automatic, you'll hear it click and it takes it out. So for setting these, we have a Bluetooth handheld setting tool, and to access it, you have a down arrow, and right here down in this corner is the receiver for it. So you're going to push the down arrow a couple times, you'll see the screen come on and you'll see your Bluetooth light up. Okay, so I know this is hard to see for you guys, you might have to come in here. So then you got your menus here that you can access. And go up into the settings, and we're going to hit your enter button, which is the middle button, the big one, and it brings up the screen. I don't know if you can see it. It's got limits, indication, control, security, and defaults on there. So we're going to go into the limit section, and that brings up your limits for close and for open. You also have action in here where you can switch it to torque if you needed to open and close it with torque, which you really shouldn't have to that much. And you also have your torque setting where you can increase your torque on it when you're opening and closing. The factory default on them is 40. So, I mean, you can increase it a little bit if the actuator's torquing out on you. It'll come up with a torque alarm if you need to increase that a little bit. I mean, we can go up to like 70%. I wouldn't recommend going any higher than that. So basically, to set your limits, your top one is closed. You're going to come down to where it says set limit. And then you're going to move to your position with the hand to wherever you got to go so you get it to stop. And then you want to back off a half a turn. And then you're going to hit your enter button, and it's going to bring up the password, which is already in there for you. It's Rotork. You press it again, and it sets that limit. So that would be your close, and to see it, you just back out and it would show you your limit. Get back in, you just press down, back in the settings, back in the limits, and then you go down and you do the same thing for open, which is just down one. Now on this screen too, it will show you any of your alarms that go off. It has data logs. You can go into the data logs and it'll show you events. If you're having a problem with the actuator, we'll take a look at it, and it'll just show us everything that it's been doing for the past, since it's been commissioned. It'll show faults, yep. You have a fault log in there also. Anytime you have a fault, it's going to pop up. Like there's one right now showing signal loss because we don't have everything wired to the PLC yet, so it's showing a signal loss on there. To get back out though, you're just going to hit your minus button until you get back to your screen that says open or close. And then you want to press both your minus and your plus button to take the Bluetooth off. That way if you go to another actuator If this is still engaged in Bluetooth, it won't allow you to connect to any of the other actuators. As far as maintenance on these, there's not much maintenance to do. They have, the gearbox is sealed in an oil pool, so unless something major, something hits it, and you see oil leaking out of it, you shouldn't have to do anything. That should be for the life of the actuator. They also have a battery compartment right here, which you just open up. It's for backup. If these go down, it keeps all the programming, and it'll also show you your positioning of your valve. Real simple, you just unscrew it, and your battery's in here. You just pull it out, it's a 9-volt. Yep, just replace it. It says it needs to be replaced every 3 years.
Will it show it on the screen if it's bad?
Yeah, it'll tell you on the screen. It'll tell you if there's a battery issue. I'd probably recommend doing it every 2 years to be on the safe side.
They like to leak.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, maintenance depending on your application on the valve.
No grease fittings down there?
No. Some are open and exposed where you can see the coupling and everything. You just want to make sure that that's free of dirt. There's no debris or anything getting mixed in there. The grease. If you're only operating them like once every 3 months, I'd recommend probably operating it in between there a couple times. And other than that, they're pretty much self-contained.
Operate this one right here.
It's operating right there. If you can see the knife gate.
Yeah.
So right now we're closing it. So when you're in a closed position too, you're going to have 2 green lights showing you in reverse. When you're in the open position, they'll go red. Now on your setting tool, you can also, you don't have to be connected to it, but if you push the right arrow, it'll give you positioning up top. You can also do it by torque. It'll show you your torque and your positioning just by clicking the right part of your arrow. So if you want to watch the torque, what it's doing on torque, you can do it that way. And you can see your torque. It's at 9, and you can see your positioning of your valve at this point too. It's good if you're having trouble with torque on some things. If it's torquing out on you, you can kind of see what it's doing. You can see where you're having an issue. Kind of a neat feature to have on it though, so you can keep track of everything on it. And if you just let it go, it'll reset itself back to its normal page in about a minute or so. It resets. The major thing to remember is to always be in local if you're using manual operation. And like I said, you can reverse it when it's going in the direction, and it'll reverse instantaneously for you. And that's pretty much it for commissioning and setting your limits, maintenance. Any questions I can answer for you?
Any suggestion on where to keep that?
In a safe place.
Yeah.
Because I think Rotork gives you what, one of these for every...
We got 2 on this project.
How many do you have? Is it just the 6 actuators?
Just the 6 for now, and then there will be 2 more way out there.
Yeah, because they normally give you one for like every 4 or something.
Yeah.
So.
And what's that thing run if you lose one?
You know, I'm not even sure what the price is, but I mean, if something came up, give us a call. We'll see if we can help you out with it. But that's pretty much it. Powerful units. Like I said, they do have an oil fill plug here and an oil drain, which you should never use on them.
What are you using? Like a mineral oil?
It's like, it's almost like a transmission fluid that goes in there.
Not that we would change it, but that is in the book and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And all this
Yep.
instructional stuff.
Yeah, it should be. I don't have any flyers with me. I was going to give you guys some, but I don't have
Well,
any
as long
with
as
me.
we have the,
But the main book that comes with it explains all that. And you can go online to rotork.com and just put your whatever your IQ12. Yeah, and it'll give you. They have PDFs on all the manuals, wiring diagrams, everything.